Chapter 5, Mishnah 2. Usually, if a farmer overlooks a stalk of grain while harvesting a field, that stalk is shchicha and must be left for the poor. This Mishnah describes when a forgotten stalk does not have to be left for the poor. We now turn to the words of the Mishnah. If a stalk of grain was overlooked and left standing in the harvested section of a field, but it is close enough to the section of the field that was not harvested that if its tip is bent, it will reach an area of standing uncut grain in that section, the law is as follows. If the overlooked stalk is close enough to the unharvested section that it could be grasped and cut together with the standing grain, it belongs to the owner. That is, it is not shchicha. But if it cannot be cut together with the standing grain, it belongs to the poor. That is, it is shchicha. The Mishnah returns to the subject of the previous Mishnah, leket that became mixed up with other produce. If a single stalk of leket was not collected by the poor and became mixed into a pile of non-leket produce, the farmer separates ma'aser from one stalk from the pile and gives the stalk to a poor person. In exchange, the poor person grants the farmer the stalk of leket so that the entire pile now belongs to the farmer. Rabbi Eliezer argues that such an exchange cannot work. Rabbi Eliezer said, "But how can this poor person perform an exchange with something that never came into his possession? Since the poor person never got the stalk of leket, how can he grant it to the owner? Rather, the farmer should grant ownership of the entire pile of grain to the pauper. Now the pauper has taken possession of the unidentified stalk of leket, along with the rest of the pile, and the farmer separates ma'aser from a single stalk and gives it to the pauper. In exchange, the pauper grants the farmer the stalk of leket and gives him back the rest of the pile. The result is that the entire pile belongs to the farmer, and the pauper has received a stalk of grain in exchange for the stalk of leket."